Hello, friends. My name is Steve, and this is Steve Talks Books. Thanks for coming by and watching my weekly update. It's where I talk about what I've been reading, what I'm going to read, what I won't get to, and everything else in between. If you'd like to connect with me, the best place is on our website and forums at pagechewing.com. It is snowing on the forums now, and we do have some new people who've come by with Twitter, being what it is. A few more people have dropped by, joining the ranks, and hanging on the forums. So go check it out if you haven't already. We have a nice, tightly knit little community there, really respectful, and friendly. So come by and say hello and check out all the stuff we have going on there. It's been really great to see some new faces on the forum. So it's good stuff. I can also be found on Vero at that one MFer and also on Twitter at Steve Talks Books. This last week I did go back to House of Chains, book 2. We had read book 1. We're kind of taking it slow. I really loved book 1. I thought I love the character that's introduced. I love the kind of the more focused storytelling. I understood what was going on for the most part. And then book 2 is a lot different. Book 2 is a lot different. We go back to lots of different characters, and I just get kind of lost with it. I try to take it slow, and I'm still a little bit lost. I think for Memories of Ice, maybe it was too long of a break because I'm having to try and remember who's who and what's happened with each one, because we're back to having lots of points of view. And a few of you mentioned that last week, that don't get used to it being limited points of view. Don't get too comfortable, and you were right. So we will be discussing that this week. I think that video should be up on Wednesday, barring any complications. I'll be chatting with Layla and anyone else who wants to come by and talk about book 2 from House of Chains. This week I was also reading The Thousandfold Thought. It's the third book in the Prince of Nothing trilogy. We do meet every Friday to talk the series, and this week we did meet to chat about chapters 5 through 8. That's on the podcast, and also the video for 1 through 4 went up this week on Friday. And in 5 through 8, there were some things that I predicted that just didn't happen. And there were some things that I thought, were certain motivations I was totally off on. So there was lots revealed in these chapters. There's a couple of chapters there that is full of information and lots of filling in some of the blanks. So we are starting to get answers to some of these questions, some of the things that we've been building. We are starting to get more information about it. So good stuff. I'm really, really thankful to be chatting with Daniel and Katerina every Friday. We meet every Friday except for the little break we had between books 2 and 3, but really, really fortunate because they help me understand what's going on. And so it'd be a lot more of a struggle without them. And not only that, I'd be missing out on a lot, because I would miss out on a lot of little things that I may not have thought were a big deal, but they help me kind of follow along, make sure I'm on track. And this week I will be reading 9 through 14 of The Thousandfold Thought. So for the podcast, we will be reading those chapters if you're reading along with us. And also I will be starting Wall of Storms. It's the second book in the Dandelion Dynasty series. So we are meeting for that next Sunday morning with author Ken Liu. So this book is a chunker. I think it's a chunky book. It's a chunky book. It is 850 something pages. So I have some reading to do this week. I think I was starting to get a really good pace, and then I hit I hit Malazan and The Thousandfold Thought, and I had to pump the brakes. So didn't get as much in this week as I wanted to, but I have a week to read Wall of Storms. That's gonna be good stuff. So also this week on the channel, we had the Friday conversation with our friend Thiago Abdallah, YouTuber Chris Moen, and of course our friend Bahir from Fantasy Book Critic. Yolene was going to join us, but she had a headache that evening. She couldn't make it, so hopefully she's feeling better now. But of course she was missed. But we talked about being a SPIFFBO finalist. We talked about some Magic the Gathering. We talked covers. We talked a slew of different topics as we normally do on the Friday conversation. Also, we did record a page turn episode with Davis Ashura. That'll be posted on Monday. And my review for the Hellborn King did go live on Wednesday of this last week. So thanks all of you who have been watching those. I'm trying to get reviews. I'm trying to be better about reviews and try to make them a little bit more balanced. So it's really encouraging when someone thinks that they're helpful, because I don't know, they're tough. So I'm trying to be better about those. And the House of Chains Book 2 video should be live Wednesday morning. And also this week is the Friday Conversation episode 50. Now my idea was to open it to whoever wanted to come and just stream for most of the day. When I sat down to look at the guest list, because when you add in all the different guests and all the different individual guests I've had, not even counting the repeat guests, it was probably close to about 100. And I don't know, it would be hard to manage so many at a time and time slots. So what I did was I opened it on the forum, on the calendar, to whoever wants to come. So I think there's 6 signups now. So if you've been on before, you're invited. But also if you just want to come hang out, the event is on the calendar on the forum. So come by and say hello. It'll probably be longer than normal. And we may see some whiskey make an appearance, but we'll see how it goes on Friday. We'll see how it goes. But I'm excited to reach episode 50 of the Friday Conversation. I never really knew what was going to come of it. I didn't know if people were going to respond, because there's stuff I do try that just doesn't work. So I'm glad that this was something that all of you enjoy. And I think the new format with the group, I think it's working out really well. And it's been enjoyable. So thank you, everyone who watches or listens every week, or even just whenever you can. Really appreciate the support. And on the forums, we do have a ton of different group reads going on. We have some meetups coming up here in December. I think we'll be reading Brother Red by Adrian Selby. We're setting up a time and a day with Adrian to meet with him. So lots of stuff coming up. Go by and check it out if you want to join. It's all there on our forums. I do have to manually approve everyone who registers for an account, because there's so many different types of bots that I try to filter them out this way, even though it's more work for me. But sometimes it takes a few hours for me to check if I'm busy or at work or whatever. I'll check periodically, but if you do register, just try and be patient. I'll try and get to your account as soon as possible. Last week, I did ask a question about teachers and what there's something memorable that a teacher had done for you that you remembered throughout your life. And I really enjoyed all the different answers that everyone had. It's amazing the impact teachers have on us, and the things that they teach us that we keep through our lives. It must be a really fulfilling profession. So it was great for all of you to share your experiences with everyone and with me. So thanks to everyone who answers my question each week. This week I did have a dentist appointment, and I think there's some people who are really nervous at the dentist, and I can see why, because if they have a bad experience, especially when they're younger, if they have a bad experience at a dentist, I can see how that would carry over into adulthood. But how do you feel about dentists? Are you weird about dentists? Are you okay with dentists? What's your relationship like with dentists? When I went this week, I usually have trouble just staying awake. So once I have someone in there and they're doing their thing, a lot of the times I can just fall asleep. There's been times when I've fallen asleep in the dentist chair just because I just relax. It's like a nice break for me, and some nice quiet time. The one thing that I do have trouble with sometimes is when you are at the dentist and they're working on you, or they're doing whatever it is they're doing, and they try to have a conversation with you. That's when it can get a little bit frustrating, because you're trying to talk and answer their questions, because they're there talking to you and asking you questions, and they have 3 different instruments doing whatever it is they're doing, like a brush or cleaning, and the thing, just all those different tools they have. So so let me know what your relationship is like with the dentist. And also this week on the Friday Conversation, we did touch on pizza and the different pizzas, because right before we went live, Chiago had a pizza delivered, so you had to go by. You had to run down and get it. So the reason this brought up, because we brought up pineapple on pizza during the stream. So let me know, what is your take on pineapple on pizza? I'm curious. So let me know about the dentist and pineapple on pizza. Is that a yay or nay for you, and why? I'll let everyone know what my opinions on that on pineapple on pizza next week. But let me know how you feel about that. Just a quick reminder that all the long form content on the channel is posted on the podcast. So if you'd rather listen than watch on YouTube, it is all available there. So go check it out if you are interested. When I did start monetization on the channel, I had a video about monetization, kind of like a first impressions kind of thing. This is what it looks like. This is how I handle things. So I will be doing a follow up for that. I think my first check is on its way, or it's at least being processed. So I will share with all of you what the check was, what I received, and kind of what I've learned from this whole thing since then. And I think that'll be an interesting video. So that's coming here soon. So let me know down below how you're doing. I always love to hear from you. I love the back and forth, the interaction. It's what makes this fun. So until then, until next time, I will talk to you soon.